Hi everybody, I'm David with Bolivar Live. We had a little malfunction here when we started earlier, but it's Monday and it's everything. It's insurance talk with Priest Insurance, and we're here on the beach. In fact, you're lucky the bite's not on because we'd probably be late recording this.
Probably, yeah, a little while.
Dan, you know, it's summertime.
Yep.
We've got people out catching bait. We saw there's a kayaker out here. Boats. Let's talk boat insurance, because some of the tackle in that is covered by homeowners, right? If it's stolen. Let's talk about what you need to make sure your equipment and your boat's covered.
Okay. Yes, some of your tackle is covered with your homeowners, subject to your homeowner's deductible.
Right.
And that's what people really don't want to know. So boat insurance is specific insurance, like auto insurance, like car insurance. It's for the boat, it's for the hull, it's for your boat trailer, it's for your motor, it's for liability, and it can be for your fishing equipment, which is pretty expensive.
Yeah, especially nowadays. I can remember when I was guiding, you know, we were sponsored by rods, and until I got on with Lou's, man, those Corrados, at that time they were like $120 a piece. Well, when you have 5 or 6 of them or 7 of them, it adds up over time.
Now they're 300 and something a piece.
Yeah. And so I would hate to have to start from scratch again. In fact, I just went out and bought a reel because of the way the surf's been looking. I've got brand new braided line on it, a top water on it.
You're ready.
I'm just waiting. And so if y'all missed me one morning, it's probably because I was driving down the beach and the bait was hitting the surface. But boat insurance.
Okay.
Let's talk boat insurance. You've got, you know, boats now, 70, 80,000 isn't uncommon. What kind of insurance do you need to make sure you're covered, whether you're driving it down the road and it came off the ball, or you're driving it down the road and someone pulled out and clipped the back end?
Okay. So that's good questions and setup. So when you're driving it down the road, the liability is covered, meaning if it comes off the hook or it swings, jackknifes, and hit another car, you're covered for liability through your auto insurance. However, the boat is not covered, nor the trailer. It's just not unless you have a specific coverage for the boat.
Right.
We ran into a situation the other day because, like anything, there's boat, there's the attached equipment you put on it, there's your motor, there's the trolling motor, and then there's all just the stuff you put inside of it.
Right.
And that can be very expensive too. So to start with, on the hull. So again, we say this all the time, all insurance policies aren't created the same. They can look the same, but they don't act the same.
Right.
We had someone come in the other day and had a very expensive boat. I say very expensive, it's $40,000, $50,000 boat. Came in and we're talking about their coverage, and it was a certain price. But when we read the policy, it was covered on an actual cash value basis. Now, what that means is you have a 5-year-old boat and a 5-year-old motor. And if you're going through the bay or in the lake and you hit a shell reef or a stump, and knock the motor out or knock a big hole in your boat, under an actual cash value policy, those parts are going to be depreciated.
Right.
Okay. So and the cost of the hull is going to be depreciated. So we do that, but I can't think of a policy we've done that with, because most people want replacement costs. So if we knock out the lower unit, we want to put a new lower unit subject to your deductible of $100, $250. The same thing for your hull. That can, and by the way, the premiums, you got to know what you're buying, because they're identical.
It may look good, but read the fine print.
Well, the one we're talking about, the policy we put them on was about 30% less than what they had as an actual cash value policy. We did the agreed value with replacement costs. That trickles down.
So that's a whole lot better deal.
Yeah. Does it always work that way? No. But know what you have. It goes back to knowing what you have. And yes, you have boat insurance, but do you really?
Cash value versus replacements, two different things. And especially, you know, if you bought a boat 6 or 7 years ago, or you buy a used boat and it's 10 years old, depending on the shape it's in, you know, the value of it is going to be a lot different. And so you want replacement so that you can get a new boat, because they may not, you know, it's like a car. When you drive it off the lot, it loses a percentage.
It does.
Same way with a boat. And so that's what I would want, is always a replacement, not a cash value.
And that trickles down, and you know, the components, you know, we all have a tendency to get as cheap as we can, but we don't understand what we're doing. So the components of that policy, including liability, including the cost for your Corrado,
Right.
and the rod, the custom rod you put it on, all 12 of them.
Yeah.
That you can add that to your policy as a replacement cost policy as well. So it's going to go get you a new one, and it's what you really want.
So if your boat's in a boat storage and someone breaks in and your equipment's in your boat,
Covered.
and they steal all the equipment out of your boat, your GPS, your rods, does that fall under the boat insurance?
It does.
Okay. Now, if it's
Well, hold on. You said it's fall under the boat insurance. If it's attached to the boat,
okay, like the GPS and
yes,
the trolling motor.
then yes. If it's not attached to the boat, meaning your fishing equipment, it can be covered under your homeowners under personal property away from premises. However, subject to probably a $2,000 or $3,000 deductible.
Right. Can you get insurance for your equipment while it's in the boat with
Yes.
your boat insurance?
Yes, and all of
Okay.
that's covered. The companies want to know where the boat is held or moored, and as long as that location is correct, you're covered.
Great, great. Well, if people have insurance policy, maybe a boat, jet ski, golf cart, we've talked about
Yep.
golf carts, how can they get hold of y'all to look over their policy? They may not want to read the fine print, and they want you to explain it to them. How can they get hold of you and talk about insurance?
Call us at 409-755-7600 or look for us at priestinsuranceenagency.com. Best way.
Great. And let me tell you, they've got a great group of gals. You hadn't added any guys in there, have you?
We have a new guy.
Oh,
yeah.
do you? Okay. Guys and gals now that really go out of their way. I love working with them, whether it's Smiley or Shay, and great group of people. They do a lot of work down here, and so just because you may be in Dallas, don't think that they can't take care of your coverage here or in Dallas. So, Dan, thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
I think we need to drive the beach and see if there's any bait working so we can plan on tomorrow morning.
Which way are we going?
That way.
Okay.
Until next time, I'm David with Bolivar Live with Dan Priest. Y'all have a great day, great week. Come see us. God bless, and bye-bye. Priest Insurance Agency has been located in the heart of Lumberton, Texas since 2001, providing a consultative approach and educating customers on how their insurance works for them throughout the coastal region of Texas. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal region of Texas, covering home, auto, business, and recreational insurance. With ties to the coastal communities, Dan Priest has had the sand between his toes since 1972, with a home on Bolivar Peninsula in Galveston County. He survived a storm named Ike, but lost his home. With insurance coverage, his family was able to rebuild following the 2008 storm and continues to make memories beachfront. Priest Insurance specializes in the coastal communities, family dwellings, investment property, and business insurance. They've been there. Whether you're looking for or have a family retreat along the Texas coast, investment property, or a business, Priest Insurance would be honored to work with you and your family to make sure you're covered anytime trouble arises. For more information on Priest Insurance and their contact information, please visit their website at www.priestinsuranceenagency.com, or their office is open for phone calls with questions and consultation Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. by calling 409-755-7600. Priest Insurance Agency, working and educating customers, making sure they understand and have the coverage they deserve.